Hi, I'm David Dobson, and welcome to the conversation. Guest is Dr. Opeyemi Adesina. Dr. Adesina is an assistant professor in the Faculty of Business and Computing at the University of the Fraser Valley. He obtained his PhD in computer science from the University of Ottawa. He specializes in the use of formal methods to engineer quality in complex software systems. It's a great pleasure to have you with me today, Opeyemi.
Thank you, David. It's my pleasure to also be here with you.
So to begin, could you please explain what software quality is?
Thank you for that question. Software quality is considered as the ability of the software to fulfill its requirements. And these requirements could be the functional requirements or the non-functional requirements. And what do we mean by functional requirements? This is what the system should do. And the non-functional aspects of it is how the system should do it. If the system is going to be used in law enforcement, definitely, yes, we want to ensure that it complies with some legal requirements. And those legal requirements definitely will define constraints on it. When we look at some non-functional qualities or attributes of your software as well, we might be thinking in terms of efficiency. That is how fast the system is able to solve a particular problem, and then how much storage is required to achieve that. And these goes into algorithm complexity and then some other things that we may want to analyze. Another aspect that we might be looking at is the reusability of our software, because software engineers are encouraged to always develop softwares that could be reused in other domains, that could be reused for different purposes. So reusability can be a concern, and that could form a requirement for a software. Another one could be maintainability. How easy is it to maintain? We might also think of the platforms, the environment on which it runs. That is, maybe we want it to run on different environments, like the Microsoft, Microsoft Windows, like the Linux, Unix, all those sort of things. If it's a mobile application, we might want it to run on iOS, we might want it to run on Android. So there are different requirements that in software needs to fulfill. And when those software fulfill this requirement, definitely the client will accept the software.
Oh, thank you for this. Why is software quality important to everyone?
Software quality is very, very important, most especially in this modern day, because almost everything that we do on a day-to-day basis relies on software.
That's true.
In our homes, we have Alexa, we have Google in our homes, in our pockets, we have our mobile phones. In our workplaces, we have different workstations. Our life really, really depends on this software. And the more they fulfill the quality, the less the challenges that we have. We can take, for instance, the situation of the Boeing 737 MAX, which was a disaster. It cost more than $19 billion, in compensations, and every other thing. So, and this takes, the life of a lot of people.
That's true.
May their soul rest in peace. But what are we talking about? We're saying that our life rely on this system, and their quality becomes so important.
Yeah, that's very true. So I want to ask you a very personal question. What got you into software quality? You seem very passionate about this topic and subject.
Yes. Well, generally, I was interested in software, and the opportunity I had then was to investigate quality, most especially during my PhD. Before then, I developed software. I was in, doing grid computing, which is distributed systems. And then during my PhD, I had to go into software quality. And what are the challenges that we're actually solving? We're looking at complex systems. And because the systems that drive our day now, they require a lot of code. We can think of automobile. What gets your car out of your garage in the morning is more than 100 million lines of code. This is introducing a lot of complexity. And the question will be that how do we engineer, this system in such a way that they will fulfill, the highest level of standard, they will obey, and then they will be designed based on best practices. So we're now looking at opportunities in these areas, looking at most importantly, we are looking at safety critical systems. And when we're talking about safety critical systems, we are talking about systems whose malfunctioning can result in death. So looking at them, the complexity in there, we need a way to abstract what we need to analyze, and then need a way to also transparently analyze this thing. And another thing was that, yes, mathematics was my passion. And there is no way you want to talk about software quality today and you don't talk about maths.
That's true.
We deal a lot in set theory. So we use set theory for the construction, and then we use set theory for even the development of analysis engines. Theorem provers are there that we use these days. We have some static analyzers that do similar job, and then we have model checking. Model checkers are automated, fully automated. So if we want less mathematics, then we go in the route of model checkers. But even ensuring that our techniques, our methods, our approaches, comply. Definitely, we still need mathematics to back it up, and then explain the rigorous, the rigor behind this software.
That's great. That's great. Another question I have for you: where do you see the future of software quality going?
Yes, thank you for that question. This is an area of interest to me presently because I've been studying and then doing some kind of systematic literature review on the use of artificial intelligence, most especially for software quality assurance or engineering. Prior to now, one of the challenges that we have in software engineering generally is scalability. Many of our approaches do not scale. Many of our mathematical approaches do not scale.
Why?
That's the reason why a lot of people within the industry still, so slow to adopt many of these technologies. And it's very, very obvious because these systems are notoriously complex. And to deal with that complexity, definitely we need maths, but we need tools that are based on those rigorous foundations. So those tools that we currently have do not scale. If I give you an example, looking at model checkers. Model checkers do exhaustive exploration, which means instantiating the model and then, applying all possible values. If you look at the integer domain is very large. And you can imagine when you have variables, a lot of variables, within the system, declared to be integer. So that means the possible combinations of those values will define the state of the software. And that makes it to be notoriously complex. So we are now looking at if there are better ways, that we can study, the parts that can be explored within the software, so that we don't need to explore the entire software, because construction of those software within the memory space is impossible. It's practically impossible. So as a result of that, we need a strategic way. We've seen, methodologies like model slicing. In the sense that you look at the requirements and then you look at the aspect of the model that the software, that the requirement is targeted at exploring, and then you slice the model based on that requirement, and then you can execute the model against that requirement to check satisfiability of with that requirement. So these techniques or methodologies are out there. But we believe AI is breaking, new frontiers. AI is doing great things. It's doing amazing things, in almost every field. And the application of this in this area definitely will bring a lot of gain. There has been some also developments, in the use of AI for formal methods. And then another question will be that AI itself needs to be engineered to the highest possible quality.
Okay.
And how can we check the quality of artificial intelligence? We understand that we cannot guarantee 100% accuracy
Okay.
in machine learning or any field of AI. So, and the question would be that, is there a way that former methods
right,
or software quality, we can, if former methods can guarantee us that 100%, we want to see how former method can be used to determine that quality. We want to use, because when you deploy AI, there are a lot of AI tools now. If you look at autonomous systems, systems have not been widely, deployed.
Yes.
Not because of anything, but because people are afraid of the quality.
Okay.
Different data sets, you might be training with different skins of people.
Yes.
And then by the time you train with different skins of people, the machine gets accustomed to some group of people, leaving some other group of people, in danger. So how do we assure that if we develop this system, we deploy it, they will behave as we expect them to behave?
Wow.
So looking at this, definitely, yes, software quality covers this area.
Wow. And
these are questions that are yet to be answered. They are interesting problems, and then there are a lot of opportunities there.
For sure, yeah. Sounds so much to be done. Look like so many unanswered questions. I think as more opportunities are created, but it's also creating some more new challenges as well. So definitely lots to explore. Very good insight. I have final question for you, Opeyemi. Do you have any advice for those seeking a career in software development?
Yes, I can tell for every fact that software development is driving the world currently, and is going to continue to drive the world, irrespective of any field that you find yourself in one way or the other. Presently, in this current day, software development will be, it's becoming very, very useful for everyone. So the more we are in this field, the merrier. The more we understand the process in this field, the merrier. And then the better the future, because the future holds a lot of promises. And behind fulfilling these promises lies software. So everyone is welcome aboard. David, I don't know if you're considering a certificate in software development.
You never know, but you definitely have inspired me for sure.
I would love to have you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for your time, Opeyemi. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you so much, David. It's a pleasure being here.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye for now.